All right, so for week 4's 4.4 case study presentation video assignment, I did my negotiation over Mr. Ben Roethlisberger's 2015 contract negotiations. The first question set up and described both the problem and what was being negotiated. What was being negotiated was Mr. Ben Roethlisberger's 2015 contract. The thing was that Mr. Roethlisberger was at the end of his previous contract, which then he accepted an 8-year, $102 million contract he signed back in 2008. Now, in his final year, he was going to be earning approximately 11.6 million, which was a little bit short for the 18.395 million he was supposed to earn that year until a salary cap hit, according to ESPN.com. Now, the problem was that the salary cap hit was going to be negotiated in Mr. Roethlisberger's contract. So I would say the last year of his contract, he was able to renegotiate a 5-year deal worth about $99 million, in which he would gain $35 million in bonuses and salaries in his first year, which includes $31 million signings bonus and a $4.25 million, all payable in the first year of his contract, which totals up to $108 million if he is allotted an additional $9 million for the combined seasons of 2018 and 2019, according to postgazette.com. This deal was an obvious win-win situation, being that you're in your last year of your 8-year contract, which was basically his rookie contract. He was able to renegotiate a 5-year, $99 million contract with, of course, the $9 million extra that he was going to earn in his first year, which brings it up to 108. This was perfect timing. Instead of losing the $7 million that he was going to be losing in his last year, they were able to restructure another contract for him, keeping him happy and, of course, keeping the city of Pittsburgh happy as well. Now, let's also identify the interests of both parties in the negotiation. The interests of both parties are, of course, to satisfy their star veteran quarterback while, of course, winning more games to contend for a championship. Now, although Pittsburgh has been quiet in their drafts for the past couple of years, they have kept their veterans intact by restructuring their contracts. Ben Roethlisberger has told the media that he was very happy with the team and wanted to stay in the city. His interests were to stay and be a Steeler for life, coming off of an impressive season in 2014. Now, as for the Pittsburgh organization, they are happy to still be contending for a Super Bowl year in and year out, and also stay with their veteran quarterback is showing progress even in his mid to late 30s. You gotta understand that this is football years. Ben Roethlisberger is 33 and he was able to get a 5-year deal, bringing him guaranteed money till he's 38. The thing is it wasn't necessarily a lose situation for the franchise because his numbers has been steadily progressing year in and year out, even as he's getting older. Now let's identify the positions for both parties in the negotiation. The position of parties in the negotiation went very well, and I would say it would be equal. Both sides wanted to come to terms with each other. As for Mr. Roethlisberger, he was very content with making it clear of his intentions of staying with Pittsburgh and that he is from Pittsburgh, according to ESPN.com. The organization, being already satisfied with the quarterback's play, wanted to make his reality, being that Pittsburgh has not won a Super Bowl without Mr. Roethlisberger since 1970, according to ESPN.com. Think of it like this. Back in the day, around 1970s, Pittsburgh was known for their defense. They were ironically called a Tower of Terror. But now with their star quarterback, they're able to bring their defense and offense together to, of course, being that Super Bowl formula that they've been following since his first season. Matter of fact, they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1970 if it wasn't for Ben Roethlisberger and his play. Now let's discuss at least 3 concepts from the class played a role in negotiation. Well, the first concept I would like to discuss is a tit-for-tat theory, the game theory. This was a key concept used in negotiation. In my opinion, both sides were very satisfied with each other. They were both positive and cooperated with each other fully during the negotiation. The crowd continued to sell out, making the owners very happy. Ben Roethlisberger's play has progressed over the years. Another concept that played a role in Mr. Ben Roethlisberger's current status is his status in Pittsburgh. You got to understand, this is now a star quarterback. His status has not changed since 2008. The city is known for the Tower of Terror, but their skilled quarterback has given the fans plenty of reasons to come and see these wins and playoff appearances. Both sides, being the company and employee, has developed a high status, and this is largely due to his play and his skill set. Now let's analyze what went wrong in the negotiation. Well, actually, let's go what went well in negotiation first. I would say what went well was the timing of the deal. It was done at the ending of the previous contract in which Mr. Roethlisberger would lose money and which could hurt his chances of wanting to stay in the city. He's not played for another team, but he did make it very clear that he wanted to stay there, which made the owners very confident in restructuring his contract, making him a Steeler for life. He was already in a win-win situation from the previous contract before and was placed in another win-win situation with the negotiation. This stresses the importance of credibility and strength in the deal. A strong win-win will not be bullied, it will only be manipulated, according to Horton in the Leader's book back in 2016. So I would say the timing went very well for Mr. Ben Roethlisberger. He was able to not take a pay cut, but also restructure a contract, guaranteeing him the bulk of the money in his first 2 years, and then the ending of the money would be totaling up to the 108 million that he signed for. Now let's also analyze what went wrong in the negotiation. To me, I would say the only thing that went wrong in the deal was the fact that Pittsburgh used the bulk of their sums in keeping their veteran quarterback happy, but didn't have much done in the drafts for the past couple of years. The younger players could benefit from playing with Mr. Ben Roethlisberger's work ethic and skill, but may not want to play there due to the lack of funds for their contract, which makes them want to play for another team with a better salary cap. You're giving all the money to your veteran quarterback, but you're looking at in this picture, their star receiver Antonio. He wasn't too much happy with being with Pittsburgh anymore, which of course started the trade rumors and the eventual trade that he signed up for. So the only thing that I would say that went wrong was that you're giving your star quarterback the bulk of the money and the bulk of the attention, but at the same time, this is not really signing in new young talent to getting Pittsburgh to where they need to be. Now let's also discuss whether an agreement was reached. And if an agreement was reached, is it one that will foster a long-term meaningful relationship? And if so, how? Well, an agreement was definitely reached. Ben Roethlisberger secured a 5-year, $99 million contract at the age of 33. This will not only guarantee himself over half in the first 2 years, he will also be one of the highest paid athletes in football during those 5 years. Now, this deal secures Ben's focus on a team being completely satisfied with his new 5-year deal and should make way for plenty of memories to come. So, to answer the question, yes, there was a deal reached, and I believe that this does foster a long-term relationship, kind of like Kobe Bryant with the Lakers. He was a Laker for life, won 5 championships, never played for another team, never complained, which makes it easier to restructure a contract. When we play this tit-for-tat game with owners, it sometimes loses credibility. You lose fans that are on your side, diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fans who travel with you to away games and home games. You lose a lot of fans, a lot of relationships. So with basically coming out to the media and saying that I want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for life, made it very clear that this was going to be an easy process to restructure the contract. And I'm glad that he was able to do it. It's an amazing deal. And hopefully after he signed the contract, he's able to give all the Pittsburgh Steelers fans plenty of memories to come.